Namaskar. In this video, we will see triceps suri. Triceps suri is a group of three muscles in the calf. Calf means back of leg. That is the posterior or flexor compartment of leg. The triceps suri consists of three muscles: the medial head of gastrocnemius, lateral head of gastrocnemius, and the soleus. These three are the superficial muscles of back of leg. Morphologically, the soleus of the leg and flexor digitorum brevis of the foot are similar to the flexor digitorum superficialis of the forearm of upper limb, but soleus consists of multipinnate fibers, while flexor digitorum superficialis consists of parallel fibers. Now we will see similarities between gastrocnemius and soleus. All these three muscles are situated in back of leg, means in the calf. They belong to the superficial group of muscles of the posterior or flexor compartment of leg. All of them are inserted by a common tendon. The common tendon is called as tendocalcaneus or tendon of Achilles. It is the strongest tendon in the human body, and the length is about 15 centimeters in adults. The tendocalcaneus is inserted on the middle one-third of posterior surface of calcaneus. All these three muscles are supplied by tibial nerve. All these three muscles are plantar flexor of foot at the ankle joint. Now we will see the differences between gastrocnemius and soleus. The gastrocnemius muscle takes origin from bone of thigh, that is femur, while the soleus muscle takes origin from bones of leg, that is tibia and fibula. The soleus muscle takes origin from the posterior aspect of head and the upper one-fourth of posterior surface of fibula, and from the soleal line and middle one-third of medial border of tibia, and these fibular and tibial heads are connected by a fibrous arch. The tibial nerve and posterior tibial vessels descends in the leg deep to the fibrous arch. The aponeuroses for the gastrocnemius muscle are single, and they are on deeper aspect of both heads of gastrocnemius, while the soleus muscle has two dense aponeuroses, one on superficial aspect and another on the deeper aspect, and the muscle fibers extends downwards from the deep aponeurosis to the superficial aponeurosis, means from anterior lamella to the posterior lamella. The both heads of gastrocnemius receive a single branch from the tibial nerve, while in the popliteal fossa, while the soleus muscle receives two branches from the tibial nerve, one from the popliteal fossa, which enters through the superficial surface of soleus, and another when the tibial nerve lies in leg and that branch enters the deeper aspect. The gastrocnemius muscle is a flexor of knee joint, while soleus muscle has no action on the knee joint. Structurally, gastrocnemius is a strap muscle. It has parallel fibers, while soleus is a powerful muscle. It is a multi-pinnate muscle. It is an anti-gravity muscle. While doing the propulsive movement, the soleus muscle first overcomes the inertia of body weight and begins the action. The plantar flexion by the soleus is powerful but slow. The soleus muscle acts like bottom gear. The gastrocnemius, having parallel fibers, is rapid in action. It comes into play when the movement is already started. The soleus looks like sole of foot, while the two heads of gastrocnemius converge towards each other, towards the midline of back of leg. Soleus is a flat muscle. It looks like sole, hence it is called as soleus. The gastrocnemius muscle receives the blood supply from the popliteal artery, while in the popliteal fossa, while the soleus muscle is pierced by the branches from posterior tibial vessels from the deeper aspect. The perforating veins from the great saphenous vein pierces the soleus. Inside the soleus muscle, there is a plexus of small veins and stagnation of blood in these small veins may lead to deep vein thrombosis, which may lead to pulmonary embolism. And contraction of the soleus muscle helps in the venous return, that is called as soleal pump. And that's why the soleus muscle is also called as peripheral heart, while the gastrocnemius doesn't have any other name. During standing, the gastrocnemius muscle is quiet, but the soleus muscle contracts alternately with extensors to maintain the balance. Now we will see the differences between the medial and lateral heads of gastrocnemius muscle. The medial head of gastrocnemius takes origin above the medial condyle of femur from the popliteal surface of femur extending up to lower part of medial supracondylar line. Means it takes origin from epiphysis as well as diaphysis, while the lateral head takes origin from lateral surface of lateral condyle of femur above the lateral epicondyle. Means it takes origin only from epiphysis. Both heads of gastrocnemius have dense aponeurosis on the deeper aspect, but the aponeurosis of medial head of gastrocnemius extends up to the heel, while the aponeurosis of lateral head of gastrocnemius extends only up to middle of the leg, and here it intermingle with aponeurosis of the soleus muscle. So medial head of gastrocnemius is prolonged at either end, at upper end as well as lower end. So medial head of gastrocnemius is longer than the lateral head of gastrocnemius. The lateral head of gastrocnemius is related with the short belly of plantaris muscle, while the medial head of gastrocnemius is related with the long tendon of plantaris muscle. The plantaris tendon descends downwards between the medial head of gastrocnemius and the soleus muscle, and it is inserted on the middle one-third of posterior surface of calcaneus medial to the tendocalcaneus. The plantaris also belong to the superficial group of muscles of back of leg. The plantaris tendon is often used in the reconstructive surgeries of hand. Now we will see the bursae in relation to triceps suri. There lies one bursa between medial head of gastrocnemius and the capsule of knee joint, and this bursa often communicates with the cavity of knee joint. Sometimes it also communicates with the semimembranosus bursa. Another bursa lies between the upper one-third of posterior surface of calcaneus and the tendocalcaneus. One more bursa lies 5 centimeters proximal to the insertion between tendocalcaneus and the deep fascia of leg. An inflammation of this bursa is often mistaken as tenosynovitis. The tendon of triceps suri, that is tendocalcaneus, is also surrounded by a synovial sheath. Sometimes there is rupture of tendocalcaneus, and in that case the patient feels intense pain at the heel, and there is swelling in the upper part of back of leg. Thank you.